Do you have your loyalty card with you? This is a common question in many supermarkets around the world. Immediately after making a purchase, most cashiers will ask this question. If you do have your card, the attendant will slot your card into their machine in order to reward you a certain number of loyalty points. However, some innovative entrepreneurs have come with ingenious ways of rewarding shoppers through their mobile phones. One such entrepreneur is Naftal Nyabuto Oboni, the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Mzawadi. Mzawadi is a technology company offering loyalty services to small and medium-sized enterprises in Kenya.
2 years ago, and there are two things they are trying to sort out.
Like many technology success stories, Mzawadi started in a very unique way.
We boarded a taxi, a cab, and the taxi owner gave us a free ride. And thinking of that, we thought this person is giving loyalty to us simply because he had bought a new car. So we thought this is loyalty. But how do we make sure that this person and the rest of the similar nature can now be able to offer more structured loyalty? And that's how Mzawadi was born. So the thinking was, these people, just like most businesses on the lower end of the market, they'll want to offer loyalty to their clients, but they don't have a structured way of giving loyalty.
Mzawadi was developed over a period of 8 months.
Collecting how the insurance might be able to help.
Naftal, alongside his business partners Michael Karume and Ignatius Wanjera, then tested Mzawadi on various clients for 5 months.
5 companies based on your list of, let's say, 15 that you've been able to meet.
The 3 narrowed down on using a mobile number to reward customers, as it is easy to remember, unlike a card.
The idea was born by giving loyalty to those people who cannot afford loyalty. The businesses who could not traditionally afford loyalty. That was the main objective of developing Mzawadi. So then we thought, after doing that, we realized that the whole market in this country is in need of loyalty. So we developed a product, as I call it, a platform. A platform, I mean here that any business that wants to offer loyalty to their customers just plugs into our loyalty platform. It's just we rent you the platform. Then you are able to use the platform to customers and use it for your clients. So then we realized that the whole industry is in need of loyalty, from manufacturers, from corporates, from financial institutions, from retailers, all nature of business. So long as you're in business, you need loyalty. So we developed loyalty that takes care of those markets.
As Naftal explains, most businesses offer loyalty unknowingly.
For the people who are going to these coffee shops,
Convincing small ventures to offer loyalty in a more structured manner proved to be a hard nut to crack for the startup.
Loyalty is supposed to help you in your marketing so that you keep your clients, acquire your clients, and sell more. So what we were the difficulty was trying to explain to them that now you can have a program, a loyalty program, that now you can be able to develop for your customers. That was the difficult end. But at the higher end of the market, from the medium to the higher end, they have already understood what loyalty is, and they have been trying to find a solution for that. So that was an easier market to go into. But the lower end is an issue of training. And that's why we took a lot of time, and we take a lot of time trying to train them what loyalty is and how it can help their businesses.
Mzawadi hit the ground running in 2015. From the onset, just like many startups in Kenya, the venture faced financial difficulties. This Naftal attributes to the manner in which the financial model is structured in the country. Lack of finances would affect the kind of personnel Mzawadi could hire. That problem was solved by getting the right partners.
One of the partners is in charge of technology. That's the CTO of this company. Another person is in charge of the business commercial. Having those people, that was a core driving force that made the business become easier, because it means that you have people who have the dream and the vision that you are all sharing to drive the business forward. And because when you don't have enough finances, it means even getting the experience becomes a problem. Getting the right employees becomes a problem. So these are things that you'll have to, every other starting business has to get it right. If they don't get it right, then the business struggles to even pick up. And I think that has been a challenge, I think, for every other entrepreneur who is trying to get into business.
Naftal worked for 8 years after completing his computer science degree from Kampala University. He has worked in various capacities, from a principal at a college in Nyanza region to the general manager of Eurotech Africa. The 32-year-old businessman would leave all this as he wanted to create employment.
The simple answer is that you quit when you are prepared to quit. That's the first thing. When you think that I have worked, I've given a service, I've gained experience. That's why working fast is a critical thing. Because you learn, and you learn the work ethics, you learn to negotiate, you learn how the business is done. So I can't say that it was a timely thing to do. It's a time you reach that you say, why can't I use this experience also to develop something that can also be able to create employment? And there's also an issue of personal satisfaction. Sometimes you reach a stage you feel like, why can't we be able also to try out things that can be able to fulfill our dreams? So it's a two-way thing. It is something that drives you based on the experience you have gained, and deciding that I think it's time for me to also take a risk.
According to Naftal, it is important for entrepreneurs to prepare adequately before exiting formal employment. This will prevent the collapse of the venture at its infancy.
If you look at statistics, you realize that about 80% of the companies or startups end up collapsed by the 5th year. The percentage are higher even the 1st year, 2nd year, and all that. Why do you think so? It's not that these people are not good entrepreneurs. It's because the landing is not as smooth. So they start then adjusting between when I was in employment to now I have to vend myself off, I have to keep my family, I have to pay my employees. Everything rotates around the small money I make when I'm starting a company. Then that becomes a problem. Then you cannot blame them. You can always blame that the environment also makes it difficult for most of them to pick up. Otherwise, the percentage can be reduced if the supportive environment becomes a bit more.
Zawadi has clients from diverse industries. The startup currently has customers from the pharmaceutical, insurance, financial, manufacturing, and retail sectors. Naftal believes that Zawadi offers much more than just a loyalty reward scheme.
This country, or in Africa, data is one of the most scanty things to find. If you go online today, you Google, you are likely to find data for other countries, and you might not find data for your country. Even in terms of understanding how many businesses are in this country, it's a very difficult thing to do. So we decided that the softwares that people buy for data are usually very expensive. And business intelligence is a critical thing for any marketer that is out there. So we put our loyalty to have data. Data means you can be able to check the demographics of your spending power of your clients in terms when they are getting points, which gender they are coming from, all those demographics. Who is the most active, who comes most, and then you reward them. Our loyalty was trying to create something we call a wow effect in marketing. For example, if I know you have been coming to my salon regularly, and I surprise you today with 1,000 points worth 5,000 shillings for being a good customer to me, that is what we call loyalty. It's not just the points I give you.
The application has also ingrained SMS integration in its system. Couponing, a popular feature in e-commerce, is readily available to Zawadi users. Zawadi mostly uses referrals in marketing itself. The company also utilizes social media.
In marketing, it's just referrals. And when you do a good job to one client and they come to your shop, they see Zawadi, you can now earn points from our shop and you can redeem more points here. What is going to happen is another person, a businessman, is going to ask, what is this thing? And they'll be able to call us. So much of it has been referral. Of course, we are using social media as usual for every other small business. We have not been able to do any other above the level of marketing. We use more of digital and referral.
Zawadi currently has 8 employees. In total, the partners have pumped almost 10 million Kenyan shillings into the venture. Even though Zawadi has been successful, they aspire to make it an African brand.
We are already going regional in a few months in our East Africa. and we're going to launch there in 4 or 5 months' time. And from there, this thing is not going to be stoppable because an African product. It's purely an African product because we made it knowing the challenges, internet-wise penetration in this country or in African countries, smartphone penetration in the African countries. That's why our loyalty is not an app. It does not depend on an application or mobile app. Mobile app is just a plugin we might use or you don't use. You use a USSD, which you can use a small Kabambe SIM to use. So it's an African product that is made with a context of the challenges infrastructure-wise in terms of internet that we face.
So what advice does Naftal Nyabuto Obwoni have for entrepreneurs?
One of the things I've observed with so many people who are doing startups is that they want to have everything. They want to be the one who are who have the 100% shareholding. They feel nice by having 100%, but 100% of nothing. It's better you have 10% of big thing and 100% of nothing. Get the right partners who will help you drive the business, because you cannot be a techie person. At the same time, you are the business person, you are a marketing person. If you take advantage of the diversity of the individuals that you can bring together to have a business, the business will grow faster. One thing that will happen is that it will help you diversify skills which you could otherwise use a lot of money to get.